So I think the biggest generational difference is the younger generations do not want to put in the time, so that old adage of you pay your dues and you progress, they don't see any purpose in that. They don't see that as a necessity. They come to the table saying, well, why do I have to put this time in if I have all the skills and abilities for the job? Just promote me. So, there's been a lot of hard conversations I've had to have with people about it's not all about having the skills for this job. You have to have the experience, and that old adage of, being promoted isn't just a vertical line, it's more of a squiggly line, right? You go off and over here and you do something, then you go over here and do something, and that's how you build your experience. So it's through experience that you build up your capabilities. And a lot of the younger generations, don't have yet the patience to do that. They also are also very concerned about, again, the environment. What's my company doing? Is my company doing the right things? Is my company taking a stand in the political process, which is a little dicey for companies, right? As we were talking about these folks, the patience gets there eventually, but they are concerned about the environment. They do want to, like I said, they do want to know that their employer gives back. They want to know that their employer is looking out for social issues. We have had to give in various roles. We've had to give different talks, which is, again, I go back to it's kind of dicey because CEOs and companies traditionally don't want to take hard positions, but we're finding more and more employees, especially in the younger generations, want them to take hard positions, which is, I think some of it has, you can trace some of it back to the rise of social media, where everybody, gives their opinion, and whether it's accurate or misled, everybody has an opinion. So I see a lot of that flowing over into employment and into, just the workplace. And, as a result of that, you also have to have some very robust policies in place so you don't go sideways with employees wanting to give their opinion and having it reflect the company.
It's really strange. Can I ask you a question about tenure? And I think it goes with kind of if there's been, what the changes are in the world today. I'm finding like you're just getting more people, and they don't even have to be the younger generation. They don't even have to be millennials. It could be across the board.
Right.
People staying, and you see this reflected on the resume, 2, 3, 4 years and then moving on. I'm seeing much more of that now than you did in the past, where 5 to 10 years, 8 to 10 years. Are you seeing that? Have you seen that?
Oh,
And
yeah.
is that a change that's occurring? Length of stay is just shortening?
Yeah, we've definitely had to change, especially in recruitment. You have to change your mindset around what you expect from tenure. It used to be, to your point earlier, the longer tenure, it was a good thing. And now it's almost becoming a detriment that, employers are like, well, why didn't you want to move up? Why didn't you want to change jobs? Why, what was holding you back? So I would say that absolutely tenure has become, in some areas a negative. Now, there's still the too little tenure, right? You see a resume with somebody that's 6 months to a year in every job, and you do question that, right? You didn't have the patience. Did you not have the patience, or were you not valued? What was going on that you jumped jobs that frequently? But yeah, no, I see tenure is completely changed, both from an employer expectation and an employee expectation.
So to you, relative to, like, you look at a resume, somebody going from job to job, do you, like, if you see somebody who is otherwise qualified on what you're looking for, and maybe they jump ship every 2 years, would you still look at that? Is like the 6 months to a year that worries you? What's your low point, I guess, that you'd want to see?
My low point is a year. I would say
A year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because that's our reality, right?
Yeah.
Companies reorganize and change so frequently, and the job market is so tight that if Now, if it's a year and if it's more than a year and there's no progression, that's concerning.